What's good, Chiefs Kingdom, and welcome back to the Water Boys channel. As today, we are going to be diving into the NFL Mock Draft Simulator, Kansas City Chief Edition. But before we do dive into that, I do want to thank everyone who has been subscribing to the channel as of late. We did get over 400 subscribers. I really do appreciate it, on the goal to 1,000 and so on, to build up this channel and to build up this Kansas City fan base for this channel. Also, too, do check in on Thursday. I will be out majority of the week, but I will be going live to cover pick by pick on the NFL draft. So you guys do not want to miss out on that. I'll give you my input of every draft pick, and as well on how I think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to strategize on whether they're going to trade up earlier in the draft, what they're going to do with their selections, or if they're going to hold the first round selection. So I'm excited for the draft. It's going to be a fun scenario, and it's going to be fun to plan out, and it's going to be fun and exciting to do it live with you guys. But let's dive straight into this NFL mock draft simulator for the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, everyone. So we're going to be diving into this mock draft simulator for the Kansas City Chiefs. And if you are new to this channel, I have done multiple scenarios with this simulator. Most of them do involve trading back. Last week, I did trade forward to, I forgot who I recall. I know if anyone remembers, I think we traded up in the early 20s to get Jermaine Johnson, or it was a wide receiver. I'm drawing a blank, but this is fun if you guys are new checking it out. It gives you basically any insight on any different which way the Kansas City Chiefs can go in this draft. We all like to try to figure out what ways is best for the Chiefs to do it, or how we would prefer. I try to mostly dissect and feel like what exact picks Kansas City can do. Now, as you guys do know, it's fairly difficult to do it on the mock draft simulator because their big boards is very different compared to what actually NFL Scouts big boards are too. So you're going to have players that fall to Kansas City that typically won't fall in this draft, and you're going to have players that get picked very, very early that shouldn't have been picked early either. That's why it makes it kind of fun to do this. What I do with this one, of course, I select the Kansas City Chiefs. We're going to do 3 rounds, normal speed, and we're going to draft this thing away, and let's get started. And of course, there we go. So we are underway with it. Kind of predictable, but not really. I don't think Evan Neal's going number 1 overall anymore. I think that's between Trayvon Walker and Aiden Hutchinson for now. But I'm actually going to recap this one, since this might be my last mock draft simulator. I'm going to recap some of this stuff that's happening because there's a lot of interesting stuff happening. A lot of trades in this one, which is really, really interesting to see. And now Kansas City's on the board. Before we address any of these trades, let's look at what this board created. So Evan Neal, number 1, highly unlikely. If it was to happen, Aiden Hutchinson probably would go number 2. You got Trayvon Walker, 3, which might be likely if that board shapes up to the way it is right now. Kyle Hamilton, I don't see him going that high anymore. The Seahawks traded up for Malik Willis, and if they feel like they got to get to 5 to get him, that could be, that could be a really likely trade. Ahmad Gardner, he falls to the Panthers at 6, which that is a fall right now. The Giants feel like they need to shore up the receiving core. They get Garrett Wilson, which is actually kind of smart because the next pick is Atlanta, where everyone is mocking that too. They instead go with Kayvon Thibodeau. Then you got Icky, which is really solid lineman, falling to them, almost falling out of the top 10. Then you got Green Bay trading all the way up in the top 10, which is actually kind of surprising, and definitely for a lineman. I think if Green Bay is going to trade up for a lineman or trade up at all, it's going to be for a wide receiver. Definitely get into the top 10. And definitely when Jameson Williams is on the board, but he's still on the board, that means he's going to be paired up with Scary Terry. Derek Stingley comes off. Houston grabs Trevor Penning. This is actually not too bad of a board, honestly. Jordan Davis at 14. The Bucks traded up for him. The Steelers traded up for Kenny Pickett. I like it. Daxton Hill at 16. I've seen that mocked a lot. People have mentioned, how do you not have KC getting Daxton Hill a lot? I think the Saints, the Eagles, and the Patriots really like Daxton Hill too. Of course, I'm not no insider. I'm just going off of what I'm seeing on a lot of these, and those are very likely destinations, so don't be surprised there. Chris Olave, that's a really good choice for the Chargers, something I don't want to see. Eagles need cornerbacks. Saints need wide receiver. Traylon Burke is smart. Devin Lloyd's your first linebacker off the board. Kier Elam, wish he was there for KC, but he's not. Zion Johnson, Jets trying to shore up that O-line, protect Zach Wilson, very smart. You got Trent McDuffie at 23. Jermaine Johnson, he had a slide. If he slides like this, KC's trading up. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And honestly, I might have been able to view some trade offers or view this board a little better, but I didn't. So I decided to stay with the pick. And then pairing that's actually very interesting. He can go as late as the third round, and I guess he can go as early as the first. I've seen all of that, so that's very interesting. Drake London falling to Tennessee, that could be very likely too. It depends on what they want to do with A.J. Brown or give him another weapon with Ryan Tannehill. George Karlaftis almost gets to KC, but not quite yet. And Nakobe Dean, I don't know if Nakobe Dean is still a first-round pick, and I definitely don't know if the Jets are trading to get him. Well, the Jets got the extra pick from, actually, Green Bay, so I get it. We're at with KC at 29 and 30. Let's look at our big board. And right now, I'm not really liking too much right now. You got Kenyon Green, which people always mention, will Chiefs draft a lineman if there's a good one available? Of course, this is a guard, so that's not going to happen. But we might have to keep our eyes on it. Let's see if like a really solid lineman falls to KC in the first round. I highly unlikely see that. But you never know. Like I said, we got to keep our minds open to a lot of scenarios. So it's going to be interesting to see. That's, I think, a slight fall. I think between the Cardinals or Cowboys should have him. Sam Howell, someone's going to trade up to get him. And I think I saw the Detroit Lions trying to make a trade. So that could be the quarterback they want, or Matt Corral. Lewis Seen, solid safety. Jaquan Brisker. I really do not like Devontae Wyatt. I know that's a lot of people are going to say Casey's not trading out of the selection if he's still available. And I probably do agree with you on that. And that might be the selection I will go here. But let me see my trade offers, because really Devontae Wyatt's the only one that steps out. And this is what I mentioned to a lot of you guys too, is KC, Brett Veach, he mentioned that they only have 16 to 18 first-round picks. And as you see, if this board shapes up like this, a lot of these, like, if any, besides maybe Devontae Wyatt, and maybe some scouts don't even view him as their solidified first-round pick. I don't know. I'm just saying. If the board shapes out like this, KC is going to have to trade up between the 15 and 20 range to get their guy. And then I would assume with the 30 pick, hopefully they get a good trade, and they trade back and gather another second-round pick and another third-round pick. The way this board shaped out right now, I would hate for them to spend 2 first-round picks on potentially 2 second-rounders. That's the way I view it. So let's view our trade offers right now. And it's only one. It's not really like it's not a bad trade. You still got your first-round pick. What I'm going to hope for here, what I'm really going to hope for here, let me view my wide receivers too. I'm not going to reject this yet. So, and what a lot of things say, and what a lot of people envision too as well, is like, it's going to be, KC can easily pick George Pickens right here, which they could. I'm not going to deny that whatsoever. But when you're with the simulator and you see like an overall ranking of like a 59, you want to see if he could fall to you at that 50th spot, and that's what I'm going to try to nab. And if I can't, there could be a solid receiver there. Or if I can get an earlier second-round pick before the 50th selection, I'm going to try to do that as well. What I'm going to do here is, because I do think it's the best pick available, especially for the Kansas City Chiefs, so I'm going to reject this offer. Probably the Lions are going to offer it again, and I'll think about it harder. Hopefully I get another offer. And we're going to hit all. And I'm going to go with Devontae Wyatt. We're going to nab him up. And then now we got 2 trade offers. Dallas, the 56th. I wish they would have gave me this year's 3. I might have really been all over that. I would have been all over in a heartbeat if they gave me this year's 3. But unfortunately not. And then I just feel like the next one's Detroit, and I hope it's not the same thing. Chargers. And Chargers, I don't like that either. But I don't like my 30th selection either, because I don't want to just... I do, but I don't. I do, but I don't. What I'm going to do is, I just think it's a way better value to trade out of this pick. It just sucks you're only getting 1 extra pick. But we're going to build this team in the second round and have fun with it. Man, I don't like any of these trades really like that. But I don't like the value of any of these players right here either. Tricky situation we're in. I'm going to do it. I'm going to accept the Dallas trade. And we go off on with it. Jaquan Brisker. Okay. Lions still get their quarterback. Solid for them. Edge rusher starting to fall off the board. Not too concerned with that just yet, because I might actually go with my initial draft pick that I had in yesterday's draft. And if you guys haven't checked that out, please do. A lot of you are. I really do appreciate that as well. Sorry, drew a blank. I do appreciate that. But if you didn't check it out, I drafted the pass rusher Joshua Pascal with the 50th selection. I do think that's a legit option too, definitely in that range. People might think it's a reach. It depends on how you view it, honestly. I think he's shooting up draft boards. 55 and 87 is not too bad. I might have to look at the board. That is a shitty ass trade here. Let's go here. So this is what I like a lot. So I'm gonna play with it. Now I'm gonna actually go with it. And I guess we're just gonna draft Georgia's defense. I like Lewis Cine a lot. He's one that definitely pops off the eye for me. Arnold Ebiketie, great value here. Jawan Dotson, good value. Chad Moma, Kyler Gordon. This is the range I would really love all these guys. Alec Pierce, George Pickens. This is the area where I think this draft's going to get very fun. And when you have a board like this with all these players, you still get really good value on offense and defense. I'm going to go with Lewis Cine here, though. Let me just check my board real quick on safeties. I think Lewis Cine. I like Jalen Petrie a lot, too, and I think he's shooting up boards. And I have gone with him on multiple mock draft simulators. I think on this one, what I'm going to do, I'm going with Lewis Cine because I don't go with him occasionally, but I think he's a solid addition. Helps give you your 3 safety set, and we're going to roll with that. We're going to pick in 5 more picks. Go all. Green Bay, not a bad pick, not bad. Let's see what 58 in the 4th. I'm going to reject both of them. We're just going to pick. Kyler Gordon still on the board would be very solid. I don't see Desmond Ridder still being on the board. Jahan Dotson, he's still on the board. I never really go with him, but at 56, that's really hard to pass up. I know I don't got an edge on here either, so I know a lot of y'all going to be calling me out for that, but I got a defensive tackle to help the line out too, so don't get on me too hard about that just yet. I think I'm going to go with Jahan Dotson. Let me check defense. Let me check my edge. Let's see what I got. So Cameron Thomas is still available. If he's available at the 62nd pick, I'm nabbing him up. Sanders, I never really go with Ingebar. A lot of people love him. I need to watch more on him. Like, I've seen more of Bonito, Williams, Thomas, and things like that, and I just never really paid attention to, I don't even know if it's Ingebar or whatever. I don't really know how to say his name correctly. Romeo Doubs, too. That would have been an excellent selection here. I think, and the Steelers got George Pickens. I think I'm not going to wait too much on wide receiver. I'm going to go with Jahan Dotson. I think that's solid there. Then pick 62. I was going to say if Kyler Gordon's still on the board, like I'm going all over that. And Cameron Thomas, of course, falls straight off. Buffalo, I don't care about it. New England, neither do I. Don't care about none of that. So, and if you catch my draft yesterday too, I did go with Chad Moma. I love him, and I might actually go that selection too. And it's funny, I was about to do it too. I like Alec Pierce a lot, the wide receiver out of Cincinnati. He's a big receiver, like big, and it might be something Casey really looks into too. I don't know. He went to Travis Kelce school, so maybe there might be a little relationship there. You never know. Highly doubt it though, but it'd be interesting to see. Let's go back to the defensive side of the ball. Let's see what is available. Chad Moma would be a really solid addition there though. Cornerback wise, let's see who's available. What I'm going to try to do, and I hope at the end of the 3rd I don't get bit in the ass, is I'm going to try to go with Jalen Davis. I rarely go with that, but I've been watching more and more of him, and I like him a lot. Sanders. I know he had that struggle before the combine and pro day where it was all the weight stuff, but then he put it back on. He looked really good on his pro day. I do like him too. It's just like, do I like him at 62 compared to what's on the board and what is on the board? Because I might think it's like, do I like MoMA or Sanders better? And then and you would definitely have to spend the 94th pick on an edge and hope someone is really there. And then you go cornerback. I'm gonna go with MoMA. I'm making it much harder than it's got to be. I'm gonna go with Chad MoMA here. And then let's see how. And also too, I think my guy's on the board too. Still, I didn't even pay attention. If Joshua Pascal's still on the board. Like I said, he's not probably rated very well on here, and he definitely might not be a third round pick either. But I will go down the board and see like Sky Moore. He ain't gonna like it. It's interesting, you guys. These simulators, they're fun, but you wish they were almost really better than this and closer. Nick Benito's off the board. That's unfortunate. We back on the clock. No one offered us a trade. All right. They said, screw your 94th pick. We don't care. We're going to focus on edge strictly. Isaiah Thomas, love him. Love the guy a lot. I might have to go that route too. I'm going to say, how bad? They got him rated like really, really, really bad, Joshua Pascal. Just for that, I'm going to take him. I think he's a solid edge. I think his rating is definitely much higher than this. He plays everyone on the line. He's a very great, solid run defender. He has some edge rushing capability. He's a big physical body specimen. And if he just like perfects his edge rushing, he could be one of the top edge rushers in the game or defensive linemen in the game in a few years. I think it's another raw material type of guy. I think he'll immediately help out the run stopping game and then just develop a pass rush. And I like it a lot. It's going to seem like a reach on here, but to me, it isn't. Definitely in the third round at 94. Things changed since this big board came out. Detroit said, screw you. It's all good, Detroit. It's all good. Who's available? Let's see. Cornerback. I always play a safe pick, and I think it's one of the Kansas City Chiefs fan base's favorite pick, and I'm going to end it off with that too, is Zyon McCollum. He fits basically Casey's like cornerback room, DB room, whatever you want to call it. Fits it very, very, very well. I've been watching a lot of, I think someone mentioned it too. I do like Alontae Taylor a lot too. Or I think I said it right, Alontae Taylor. He would be someone very sneaky in the third round as well. I just like Zyon McCollum a lot better, so I'm going to end my draft off there. And this is actually a very interesting one because I don't know how I feel completely about it. But we're going to wrap it up, and I will, do a quick recap with you guys to close off this video. With that, that's going to wrap up this mock draft simulator. This one was an interesting one. I'm indifferent with it because the board didn't really shape up on how I would really like it to feel. We didn't really get trade offers like I was really hoping and expected to, but let's do a quick recap on that. We still were able to nab Devontae Wyatt with the 29th pick. That's a solid addition. That could be honestly a big slide too. It's just how you view it. People are projecting he could slide, so it's going to be interesting to see. I did trade back out of the 30th pick, and then we traded up early into the second round. Ooh, I'm missing the pick. Let me look real quick. No, that's not the trade pick, actually. This is actually 50. We got Lewis Seam. Then our traded pick we got at 56 was Jahan Dotson. And then going back to pick number 62, Chad MoMA's still on the board. And if he's still on the board, I'm a big fan of his. Let's show up that linebacking core. And let's have MoMA, Gay, and Bolton, shut that linebacking core down. And then, of course, with another steal, I feel, depends on how you guys view it, depends on how anyone views it, because he can go in the third round, and he can go in the early too, as you saw in my mock draft yesterday. Joshua Pascal at the 94th selection, and then to wrap up this, I had to get a cornerback, and I had to get one Chiefs Kingdom loves, Zyon McCollum. You guys, let me know how I did. Like I said, this simulator was very interesting because the big board didn't play the way we wanted it to play, and if it does do that Thursday, expect Kansas City to try to trade up for their guy. Like they only have 16 to 18 prospects they view as day one picks. And if they keep flying off the board early, KC might have to jump in that 15 to 20 range with that too. That means they're not going to keep both first round picks. They're trading back. Of course, our trade back scenarios weren't that great. Hopefully they can nab another 2 and 3. That second round spot between 30 to 60 is really, really nice. And I know I said 30 because I do consider that still second round because that's when it basically starts. And with that, I'm going to wrap this up. But like I said, I do greatly appreciate you guys that keep subscribing to the channel and checking me out. We're over 400. Let's get another minimum goal of 500, and let's just keep this road to 1,000 going. And with that, I'm going to check out. Please be sure to hit that thumbs up video and like it. With that, y'all take care. I'm going to take a little break. Be back Thursday for the draft, and we're going to have fun with it. Deuces.